Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here this afternoon with Allie and Fred, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is her ability to understand and respond to her formal obedience commands, the corrections and the motivation that we give the dogs when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred's using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of that leash in his right hand. That leaves the left hand free to give the little corrections that we give, and that is just a little tug and let go on the training collar. And that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. You'll be taught how to use that during your follow-up training session. Now she's sitting very nicely at Fred's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. The command is Allie heel, and at this point her job is to stay even with Fred's left leg, and each time that he stops his feet, she's been taught to sit automatically without being told and wait for her next command. So this makes walking your dog a pleasure. You can walk down the street, you can interact with people without having your dog lunging out at the end of the leash, and when you stop to cross traffic or stop to talk to someone, she sits automatically. The next exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is the stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command. Fred used the open flat of his left palm about an inch or so from her muzzle and the one-word firm command to stay. The long sit stay when you're practicing at home is for 1 minute, working up to 3 minutes. When Fred returns back to her, he walks all the way around her. She should remain seated, so he corrected her, told her no, gave her that little tug, all the way back to her shoulders. And at that point she gets praise and she's ready for her next command. And when you're practicing at home, we want you to practice these commands indoors as well as outdoors. No matter where you practice them, that's where you're going to get good behavior. Fred leaves her again in a sit stay, and the sit stay can be practiced right in your living room. It helps to develop their attention span and maturity. This time, instead of returning to his dog, Fred's going to call her. The command is Allie come. She should come and sit right in front of him facing his knees, and then she returns back around to heel position and back sitting. Very nicely done. And Fred leaves her in another sit stay. Walks out to the end of the training leash. You always lighten your tone and make coming to you a happy command. She should come right in front and sit. Very good. And then she returns back around to heel position and back sitting. And each time that she returns back to that heel position, she's expecting to get another command. So Fred's going to set up now for our down commands. And there are 2 of them. We have down from a heel position and down from a distance. The first one that we're going to demonstrate is down from a heel position. So with the dog even with your left leg, you're going to use the open flat of your left palm this time straight down toward the ground, and the one-word command to down, and then you tell her to stay. The long down stay when you're practicing at home right in your living room is for 3 to 5 minutes. And again, these stationary exercises help to develop attention span and maturity, and you can lengthen them out. When Fred returns back to her on this down stay, again he will walk all the way around her, returning all the way back around to heel position, back where her shoulders are even with his left leg, and then he gives her the heel command. And we're going to demonstrate that down from a heel one more time. You're going to use your down commands a lot. Your down stay commands are very important. Down, stay, and then he walks out to the end of his training leash, and as you get more familiar with your commands and using them, you can mix them up and have a lot of fun with her because she enjoys doing her obedience. Fred's going to call her in.
Allie, come.
He praises her on the way in. Coming to you should always be a good experience. And he has her return back around to heel position and back sitting. Now he's going to set up for our down from a distance. That's a little bit harder command because the dog isn't next to you. You always have your dog seated before you attempt to put them into a down. Fred leaves her in a sit stay, walks out to the end of his training leash. This is the only time that you will see him use his right hand to give the command. and he gives her the down command. And that's your down from a distance. Now we've demonstrated for you your heeling, your automatic sits, your stays, your down from a distance, and your come. You're going to have time to practice these exercises with your trainer when you come to pick her up. And you're also going to have time to ask any questions about any other behaviors. We've enjoyed having her. She's done a great job. We will see you soon.